Was authorized immediately after the death of Muhammad.
It wasn't authorized. I'm sorry to say that.
After let me tell you.
After the death of Muhammad. Before the death of Muhammad, the Muslims memorized the Quran. Okay? So for us, the primary source of propagating the Quran is by memory, not by book. First, that is the first way. To this day, we are people who memorize the Quran cover to cover. If you go to America, you go to Africa, you go to Asia, you go to any Quran.
That is a lie.
Let me finish. What do you mean? What's a lie? Memorizing the Quran is a lie.
Because, okay, why therefore did
what is a lie?
Abu Bakr,
you said it's a lie.
Well, it's a lie because
I was talking about memorization. You said it's a lie.
It's a lie.
Which one is a lie?
Why then did Abu Bakr ask for the Quran to be written down? It is supposed to be memorized and retained. What?
Actually,
what?
Hold on. First,
why was the reason?
You know what? I was talking about the memorization.
No, let's go for the Abu Bakr.
Wait a minute.
I was asking
you going to answer my question?
Abu Bakr Quran?
Are you going to answer my question?
You asked me where is the original
You're
Bible.
trying to imply.
I asked you where is the original Quran.
You're trying to imply that the written Quran is the original. It's not. The memorized Quran is the original one.
Yeah, but do you memorize the Quran?
Do I memorize the Quran? I memorize parts of it, yes.
Yeah, but I need, therefore you're supposed to memorize everything.
Wait a minute.
Because you do not memorize it.
Wait a minute. Just stop it. You're the one who's lying. When I told you there are millions of Muslims around the world who memorize the Quran, he's a lie.
Get me one Muslim.
He's a lie.
Get me one Muslim.
Come to my masjid, I'll get you 10.
Get me one
Come to my mosque, I'll get you 10.
No, get me one Muslim that will recite the whole Quran.
No one.
Wait a minute.
Me, a Muslim here.
Get me a Christian who memorizes it. I'll tell you what. Get me a Bible. Get me a Bible memorizer. Anywhere in the world. Even one.
You can't. We're not meant to memorize the Bible.
Ah, that means you don't have any.
Quran. If you say it is a memorize, get me one Muslim.
Yes, come with me in my mosque, I'll get you.
That we recite the whole Quran.
You mean in the Speakerscorner?
None.
You mean Speakerscorner? Why does it have to be Speakerscorner?
But you have many Muslims.
Why?
You have about 500 of you here.
And how many Christians are there?
The Bible is not memorized.
It is not memorized because it cannot be. It is not God's word.
We read it.
It's not God's word.
We read it.
And that's why you have thousands of Bibles.
So why did you write it down?
Thousands of different Bibles.
Why did you copy it down?
You know what?
Yet, what you copied down,
you cannot even decide how many books are there in the Bible. Some Christians say there is 73. Some say 66. Some say there is 83. How do we know which is the true Bible? They cannot even decide how many books are in there.
Where is the Hafsa Codex?
Why does it have to be the Hafsa
Codex? Because that is the Abu Bakr Quran.
We have the Sana manuscript. We have the Topkapi manuscript. These are from the 1st century Hijrah.
You burnt the Hafsa Codex.
You don't have.
You burnt all the manuscripts.
Of all the people, the Christians are the last people to ask us where are our originals. They have zero manuscript from the 1st century. Zero manuscript from the 1st century. And you're telling me?
How dare you burn Muhammad book?
How dare you ask us?
How dare you burn Muhammad Quran?
No Bibles at all from the 1st century.
How dare you burn Muhammad
Zero
Quran?
manuscript from the 1st century.
See, that is blasphemy.
You know what? Really? Show me one. Show me one from the Bible from the 1st century.
You burn Abu Bakr Quran. You burn all the manuscripts. Muhammad.
Shall I tell you why they were burned?
A witness.
If you let me answer, I tell you no problem at all.
Okay, tell me. Why did you burn them?
Will you stop interrupting like the way you have been doing?
I will interrupt when I have to.
No, you interrupt when I finish.
How long would that take?
Take me 2 minutes maybe.
Okay, 2 minutes.
2 minutes. First and foremost, as I was saying, the way to propagate the Quran initially was by memory. You know why? Because the parchments on which it was written down, yes, it was very expensive. Not everyone could afford it. Not many of the Arabs at that time were literate to even read and write. So the best way they would actually propagate the poetry in the the pre-Islamic era was by memory. They used to recite long poetry, very accurately. And they used to propagate this by memory all throughout. And I'm talking about non-Muslims. I'm talking about non-Muslims and the Muslims. Before Islam, the Arabs who were Quraysh, the pagan Arabs, that's how they used to do. When Islam came and when the Quran came, it was initially propagated only through memory. Yes. However, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, when he proclaimed the Quran to them, they used to memorize it and they used to write it down as well. Some of them who were learned, they used to write it down because the parchments were expensive. Majority of the people, they memorized it. What happened while the scribes wrote it down? They wrote it down perfectly, but then other people, they copied from them. When they used to copy, they used to actually copy not only the Quran, but also the sayings of Muhammad, the hadiths. At that time, they used to write it down. Sometimes Prophet Muhammad used to give them nasiyah, advice, they used to write it down. a point came when many of the people, they basically had everything in there, the Quran, the Nasiyah, the advice, and the Hadith in the parchments, in the manuscripts. And these are the ones that Uthman said, we have to burn them in order to standardize. In order to standardize the Quran, what is the best way to get rid of the ones which are non-standard? You destroy them. For example, today, when there is some papers out there which are confidential, what do you do them? You put them in the shredder. You know why? Sometimes they burn them. And this is what happens. In order to preserve the purity of it, you do with only keeping with the standard Quran, and you get rid of the rest. Whether you burn them, whether you bury them, whether you put them in the sea and you basically drown them, doesn't matter. The important thing is to preserve the original, preserve just the Quran separately from the Hadith and from the sayings of the Prophet ﷺ. And this is what happened. If you look at the early Christian history, they used to burn the Bibles.
Let's
yes? Okay, go on. Have you understood what I said?
You just said, when Muhammad was alive, right, he had the dictates of the Quran, the revelation, he speaks it, and Ziyad wrote it down. He wrote it down.
Yeah,
somewhere, they are written in the manuscripts, in the bone, on the camel skin, on the leaf, on the palm tree. It was written down. Okay. And also memorized. Primarily, it was memorized and written down.
In the life of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
Right. Okay. Good. When he died, during the battle, when the memorizers went to battle, a lot of them died. Yeah. Correct. And then they came back, and Abu Bakr and Umar said that, look, if this continues, and as we're expanding, and a lot of the memorizers dies in battle, then there will be nothing left for us to uphold. Then he decided that it is best to write it down.
Write it down as
that
well.
Is first
as
against.
Well.
Yeah, write it down. First against. Yes. Remember, the Quran was supposed to be memorized, not to be written down.
Who said that? So, who said that?
Wait, because when they asked, when they asked the manuscript to copy the manuscript, what was his response?
You tell me.
He said that the Prophet would not allow for the manuscript, and would not allow this to be translated or to be written down. Did you not say that?
Down?
Yes.
So why wait? Do you know that been Wait.
Yeah, he was.
He said was used to write it down.
The way he was
that is a complete and utter lie. Come on.
He was persuaded. Remember?
But you said the Prophet said not to write it down.
Yes.
And now he's saying you have to write it down.
He's saying
you're contradicting yourself.
Was that a revelation?
Carry on.
Was it not a revelation?
Carry on.
Right.
Carry on.
Okay.
So you lied.
No, listen. Look. Don't be ashamed. Listen.
Was that
wait.
Was he one of the scribes? I will. But first you have to agree with me. Was he one of the scribes?
Of course.
Did the Prophet tell him to write it down?
Of course he was.
So why would Zai say
when they also make it into a book? To make it into a book.
Oh, you mean to make it into a book? Is that what he said?
Yeah, to make it into a book.
So don't say don't write it down, because that's what he said.
Well, that's to make it into a book.
Now you're saying the right words.
I'm talking about compilation. Right. Then he objected to it, but he was persuaded, correct? That if not is written down, if it's not compiled, then obviously, the memory, the knowledge will be lost.
No problem so far. Carry on.
Then
what?
He compiled it, getting all the manuscripts from that which was written on camelback and everything, and compiled it. And then you got the first compilation, which was called Abu Bakr Quran or Hafsa Codex. That's why the Hafsa, because the reason being Hafsa Codex, because at the end of the day, that book was returned to Hafsa, right? Which was, and I call it Abu Bakr Quran because he summoned it to be written.
Did Zayd bin Thabit consult the Codex of Hafsa? Did he consult it?
Well,
did he ask Hafsa to bring it to him?
No, because that was the first Quran.
No, did he ask for the manuscript of Hafsa to be brought to him?
The second time. That one
during the standardization of man. Did he ask to bring it back?
Wait.
Carry on.
So Uthman then therefore, having decided to standardize the Quran, right, requested for all the manuscripts, requested that it now be appointed 4 men, right, including the original compilation, to be brought together so that they can then have another Quran. The question is, why was it necessary to have another Quran compiled another copy when already there was one?
Okay, I'll tell you why.
No, let me finish. Having done that,
You asked the question,
let me
did you?
finish. No, let me finish. Having done that, why was it necessary for him to authorize that all the manuscripts from which all the information, including the first Quran, was copied from? Why did he order it for the bird to be
I've
burned?
already answered that question. If you did not listen to that, maybe you should go and watch this YouTube video.
I don't need to,
listen to
because
this.
I've read about it.
It doesn't matter if you've read,
So
because you have already...
But why did you ask it to be burnt?
I just answered that question. Were you not listening? Were you not listening?
Let me ask one question.
Everyone here
No.
listened to it. You didn't.
Listen.
Maybe you should go and
So
watch the
do
video.
you consider the original Quran to which Muhammad was aware of, to which it was went to his hearing, and the book that also was held by the Hafsa, you can do manuscript, deserve to be burnt,
First and
This is the
foremost,
original
wait.
manuscript.
When you say the original manuscript,
Yes. Yes.
you need to realize that the Codex of Hafsa wasn't the only one. Okay? I've already mentioned this earlier, I'll say it again. There were other scribes who were writing it down and collecting also.
Ali had his own book.
Can I finish?
Yeah.
Alright, can I finish?
Yeah.
Can I finish?
Yeah.
Okay. Where did you get this information that the Codex of Hafsa was standardized by the Prophet Muhammad? Where did you get that from? You made that statement.
Yeah.
Prove it to me.
When I mean standard, because it is from the manuscript to which Muhammad attested to.
Where does it say it was attested by Muhammad?
Yeah,
Where?
because when Muhammad recited the Quran,
Yeah.
and Zayd bin Thabit is asked to read back what he wrote to confirm that what
Yeah,
is
but we are
written
talking about-
that Muhammad
Hold on.
actually. So
We are talking about the Codex of Hafsa, not the one that Zayd bin Thabit wrote down.
Hafsa was a copy from the manuscript.
From
correct?
which manuscript?
From the original manuscript.
When you say original, by whom?
The one that Muhammad's secretary,
Which secretary?
Zayd bin Thabit.
Zayd bin
Zayd bin
Thabit.
Thabit.
Are you saying Zayd bin Thabit wrote the Hafsa's Codex? Seriously?
Zayd
Are
bin
you
Thabit-
seriously saying
No, Zayd bin Thabit was the one that copied it.
Why didn't you go do your homework and come back and re-talk?
Zayd bin Thabit.
Right
who is
now
it?
you're shooting yourself
Who
in
is
the
it?
foot.
No, I'm not. Who is
Zayd bin
it?
Thabit is one of the scribes of Muhammad.
Yes, and what did he do?
And he wrote down.
Exactly.
Yes.
The compilation
Yes.
that Abu Bakr Quran, where did they got the manuscript from?
He wasn't the only scribe, you know that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but where did he get the word?
I don't know, you tell me.
It was from those manuscripts.
Which manuscript?
The one that Zayd bin Thabit wrote.
Where's the evidence for that?
Correct.
Where's the evidence for that?
So he's
You see
not.
what he's doing?
So he's
He's
not.
speculating.
So he's no. So he's not the secretary of Muhammad.
He wasn't the secretary of Muhammad, he was the scribe of Muhammad.
So he's not the scribe.
Okay.
What
He
are the
was
duties
the
of
scribe, I'm not saying he's not.
What are the duties of scribe?
Hold on, I'm saying he was a scribe.
He was a scribe.
And he wasn't the only scribe.
Yeah.
There were other scribes as well.
Exactly.
Now you're
So
evidence.
why did he ask for those
The
manuscripts
evidence
to be
I need
burnt?
from you is this.
Why?
Where did you find out that the Codex of Hafsa was actually inscribed by Zayd bin Thabit? Where did you get that information from?
But they are the one that
Where did you get it from?
the compilation.
Just say you don't know.
It is Abu Bakr Quran.
Say you don't know.
I could get you the information. It is Abu
When you
Bakr
have
Quran.
evidence, come and talk to me. But right now you're speculating.
No, it's not
We don't
speculation.
go by speculation.
It's not speculation.
Okay. Now the
It's not
question.
speculation.
Now the question
Because
about Abu Bakr.
I've got your Sahih International Quran.
Yeah.
I've got the history of the compilation of the Quran.
And if you can find
And
in
I'll
that,
bring-
I'll tell you what. If you find
No.
in that history
Yeah.
that
So-
it was actually Zayd bin Thabit who compiled the Codex of Hafsa,
It was
then bring it to me.
four people we are choosing, and he's one of them. Correct?
4 people.
Four people we are choosing to compile
So
the
why
Quran.
did you say? Why did you say it was Zayd bin Thabit who wrote it down? Why?
Yeah, because he was a scribe. He was
he
one
was a
of the
scribe.
scribe.
But,
And the work
but
of the
you're
scribe
saying
was taken.
specifically-
He was asked to go and gather the manuscript.
I'm not.
Was he not?
I'm not saying he wasn't a scribe.
Exactly.
I'm saying
He was
where is the evidence?
Muhammad's scribe. Your prophet's scribe.
You yourself said there were 4 scribes.
Yeah.
You yourself said.
Yeah.
Actually, there were more than 4.
No, the 4 were chosen to
I'll show you.
translate.
Oh no.
4 were
Translate.
chosen
Translate
to
into what?
compile. To compile.
Oh my God. Are we talking about the translation of the Quran or the Quran?
4 were chosen
to do what?
compile the manuscript into Abu Bakr Quran.
Okay. So
Right,
into the
correct.
Mus'haf, not translation.
Correct.
Into the Mus'haf, not the
Yeah,
translation.
Mus'haf is compilation.
Mus'haf
From-
is the one in which Zayd bin Thabit was actually the head of this Ottomanic, what do you say, committee in which they actually decided to compile the standardized Quran. You know why I say standardized? I keep repeating this.
Are you
Listen,
talking
listen.
about the Abu Bakr Quran or Uthman Quran?
I'm talking about the Ottomanic
Uthman Quran.
Okay.
So let's deal with the Abu Bakr Quran. What
I've
happened
already
to
dealt
Abu
with
Bakr
that.
Quran?
I've already dealt with that.
You burnt it.
I've already dealt with
Where
that.
is it?
Hold on.
Where is
Hold
the
on,
Abu
hold
Bakr
on.
Quran?
There is no evidence that it was burned.
There was no
There's no evidence.
It was
Secondly,
destroyed.
wait.
There's
Secondly,
evidence.
we do not know where it is right
It
now.
was-
However,
I can tell you.
Really? Go on, tell us.
I can tell
Go on,
you.
tell us.
It was burnt.
Where's the
It
evidence?
was destroyed
Where's the evidence?
after the death
Where's the
of
evidence?
Hafsa.
Where's the evidence?
The brother of Hafsa
Show
handed it over
me-
to the Caliph.
show me the
and
evidence.
the Caliph ordered it.
Show me the evidence.
Check your...
No, you don't tell me to check. The onus is on you to bring the evidence.
Yeah.
You're the
Go
one
and
making
read
the
your
claim.
hadith.
You're the one
Your
making the claim.
hadith. If I can find it, you can find
No,
it.
no. If you're making the claim, don't put the onus on me.
The Caliph.
He's saying,
that
look,
was,
I can make claims. You go and do Googling.
Yeah,
I don't do
of
that.
course.
Sorry. When I say something, I substantiate it with evidence.
If I tell you, you will dismiss it.
No, it's not
If
like
I
that.
tell
It's not
you,
like
you
that.
dismiss it.
You have a knowledge.
You know what?
Well, no.
You know when you make a claim,
You don't have no knowledge.
when you make
Why
a
not?
claim,
Quran always be Quran the same. Either you
No, the fact is, where is the old man Quran? Where is Abu Bakr Quran?
we don't need Abu
Bring
Bakr.
evidence.
Look, we have the Osmani copies.
Because you destroy the Hafsa Codex and all the
Where
manuscripts.
is the evidence for that?
And all the manuscripts
Where is the
from
evidence?
which the old man Quran.
Where is it? Look,
You
when
see,
there's a Hafsa
it is
copy
very
or Osmani
wicked.
copy, it's the same era.
It is very,
It's the
very
same era.
wicked.
Different Quran. Quran
It
always
is
be
very
Quran.
wicked
How
for
much-
a leader
you know what?
to ask for. It is wicked.
Why is it wicked?
Wicked because those manuscripts
Yeah.
were the ones that, a Muslim, even Muhammad, I could say, attested to.
Where's the evidence for that?
Because
you
those-
keep saying it, but you have no evidence
it is,
at all.
Because it was
Prophet
done
Muhammad
within
sallallahu alaihi
50
wasallam did
years.
not attest any Mus'haf. He
Really?
did not attest. If you're saying
The
that, bring me the
manuscripts,
evidence.
the manuscripts.
That is a personal copy.
Were you present
Yes,
at that
but
time?
so tell me one thing.
What?
When Muhammad dictated the Quran, right?
Yeah.
To the second, did you not ask them to read it back to him?
By memory.
You did not write it down?
Where's the evidence?
The
only evidence we have is by memory.
You just show the absolute corruption because
What corruption?
that means
You're the one who has been
compilation
lying
of
after
your
lies
Quran,
after lies.
The comparison
So
of
far,
Quran
no evidence.
was a lie.
All you're
present
saying
that
is
time.
just
You
your
were
words.
present.
That's
Because
it.
that
You were
means
present.
the compilation of the Quran was a lie.
You know what?
Because if you tell me there
Okay,
was no manuscript,
we have discussed it.
if you said there's no manuscript,
We have the manuscript from the first
is a lie.
century. We have the manuscript from the first century Hijrah. What are you on about?
That was the manuscript. I said, what happened to the manuscript? You said there's no
You know what? He's
manuscript.
stuck on one point because that's all he
Yeah,
read.
because that's the point
That's
I
all
want
he
to
read.
clear.
And I've already answered that several times now.
That is the point I want to clear. Why did you burn the manuscript?
I told you to standardize for the 6th time.
So you burned it.
To standardize.
So why?
Why? I
You
told you.
burned it just for the sake of standardization.
Read my lips. To standardize.
Well, that is wicked.
Why is it wicked?
Because that destruction of the facts.
What did the Christians do?
Destruction of
Isn't
evidence.
that what they did?
Because a master
You know what?
copy
You don't even have the first century
a
manuscript.
master copy
You don't even have from the 100
be
years.
preserved.
We have at least 3.
Zero. You burnt
Where is
your
the Aramaic?
master.
Where is the Aramaic?
So what you've got today is a standard.
So why did your God not preserve your books?
Copy.
Why did your
You-
God not
you-
preserve your
you
books?
destroyed-
You guys can't even decide
you-
whether it's 73
you-
books or 66.
you destroyed-
You're arguing with each other about the number of books,
you-
let
you
alone
destroyed-
the
You
preservation.
don't have even the Aramaic one.
Exactly.
You destroyed,
Where's the Aramaic one?
Do you know what language it was
destroyed
in?
your word.
Honestly, do you know
Well,
it? You haven't even
Well,
preserved
but
it
you
in the
got the
original
same
language.
problem with the Shia.
They don't have it
You
preserved
have
in
the
the
same
original
problem with the
language.
Shia. The Sunni and the Shia are quarreling over the beliefs of the Quran. They said they got 144 verses, and that one
The
says
Shia say 144?
I said,
Bring me
no.
one Shia who agrees
I
with
said,
you.
you have a problem.
You know, this is what I mean. It's a lie after lie after lie.
And 114.
Wallahi,
Why
man.
do you have the dispute with the Shia? Why are the Shia the
Bring me
enemies
any
of the
Shia who
Sunni?
says 144 books. Go on.
Why did the
Go
Shia?
on.
Why did the Sunni have dispute with the Shia?
Go and prove it to me first.
Why
You
did
you know,
why
every
did
claim
the
of
Shia-
yours
why the
is
Sunni
unsubstantiated.
You're talking about
Oh, you look.
You're talking about two sects. You're talking about two sects. Why you
At the end of the day,
Where's the manuscript from the first 100 years?
Church of England.
Where's your manuscript from the first 100 years?
Quran, you burnt.
Where is
you
your
burnt the
manuscript?
original master copy
Where
of
is
your
your
Quran.
master copies?
What you got
Where are
today
your originals?
is Uthman
It's not there in the
Quran,
original
which is not
language.
Abu Bakr
It is not there in the
Quran.
original
And you burnt
manuscript.
it.
So where are they?
And you burnt all the
They haven't
manuscripts.
preserved the language or the books.
How
Nothing
can
at all.
you say
And yet
your
the audacity
Quran
to tell us
is
76,
authentic
76,
when you
yeah.
have no originality?
Do you have
And
originals?
you got 26 Arabic
Do you have the
Quran.
originals?
You got 26 Arabic
No, we don't have
Quran.
26. That's a lie
And
from
you
James
got-
Smith.
No, it's not.
It's been refuted.
It's true. Return back to
Where is your original? Are you going to run away?
Why you making
Are you going to run away? We're coming to the Bible now.
Why?
Where is the
I'm a
original?
Christian.
Where is the original?
You Catholic, Protestant, Church of
Where
England,
is your original?
Evangelist, Church of Africa.
Where is the original?
You are
Your manuscript.
77.
Jesus is Lord.
Where is
Jesus
your-
is the original.
where is the original?
Jesus never changed.
Where is the Bible?
Jesus is
Where's the
alive.
Bible?
Jesus is
The original
alive.
Gospels,
With
where are
God
they?
Almighty.
Look, no answer.
And Jesus is
See,
coming
if I gave an
for your
answer.
salvation.
This is what
for your
happens.
redemption.
Now you see.
Jesus is Lord.
Come here. Why are you running away? Hello. You see, when we come to the Bible, they run away. No manuscript.
Jesus is Lord.
Where is your mind?
Jesus is
How
Lord.
do you know that?
It's
He's your Lord.
How do you know that?
Because he's alive.
How do you know?
Only God is alive.
How do you know that?
Jesus is alive.
How do you know that?
According to your Quran.
How do you know that?
According to your
How do you-
Muslim.
Why come to
Jesus
Quran all
is
the time? Open the Bible.
To
Do you learn anything from the Bible at all?
you the originality and the authority.
You know why
of
Jesus not God?
Because he's coming.
Because he was killed by his
Only
own
God can be
Jesus
with God.
God.
Jesus is with God.
You know what?
Jesus
You know
is
why
with
we
God.
reject Jesus as God?
Only God
You
can
know why?
be with God.
Because Jesus was ignorant of the hour and he was killed by his own creation.
But he's coming back.
What kind of a God died
God
by
is
his own
coming
creation?
back to judge you.
Doesn't matter, he's coming back. Why do you have no manuscripts? That's the question. You see, at least I answered your questions.
Look,
Do you have the ability to
Muhammad
answer
is
your
not
question?
coming to judge you.
Muhammad is
It
not God.
Jesus
You
is
don't
coming
say
to
God.
judge. Only God can judge, and Jesus is one coming to
Oh, the
judge you.
12 disciples will judge
Jesus is
according to
coming
the Bible.
Jesus is not coming
Will the
back.
12 disciples judge?
Muhammad is not coming
Will
back.
the 12 disciples
None of the
judge?
prophets is
Okay,
coming
let's read the
back.
Bible.
Only Jesus.
What's it another way?
He's Lord.
Jesus had a God.
Jesus never said he was God.
Is Jesus God? Is Jesus God?
Jesus is
never
God.
said he was God.
He's
How
God.
can, wait.
Where is he today?
Wait.
No, where is
One
Jesus
second,
today?
I'm talking.
Where is Jesus
I'm
today?
talking about the scripture.
Answer me.
He's alive, yes.
Where? Where? With whom?
Can you
With
talk?
whom?
I'm asking you a question
with
now.
whom?
I want to ask you a
Elijah
With
question.
whom?
Elijah
With whom?
alive.
Answer me. With
How
God.
can
Amen.
God be
With
born
Jesus.
by a human?
He's
How can
alive.
God be born by a human?
Jesus is alive with God.
Mary is
No,
a
you
human,
wanna
yeah?
say-
How can he born by his own creation?
Jesus is
How
alive.
can he be born with his own
Jesus
creation?
is Allah. Oh my God. Where is Jesus today? With Allah.
How can Jesus be born
He's
by his
Allah,
own
God.
creation?
He's
If God created all humankind,
He's
how
Allah.
can a human?
Yeah, he's the God of
give-
Jesus.
He's Allah God.
Yeah, he's the God of Jesus.
He's Allah
God
God.
of Jesus.
Yeah, Allah is God, yeah.
And where is Jesus
God
today?
of Jesus.
Jesus is alive.
Jesus is answer that question.
I'm asking
Why
you.
don't you answer the
I'm
question?
dealing with
Why are you
your
changing the
Quran.
topic?
I'm dealing
We're
with
changing the
your
topic.
Quran.
We dealt
I'm
with the
dealing
Quran
with your
manuscripts.
Quran.
Where are your
Isa?
manuscripts? That is the question.
Where is Isa
Where are
today?
your manuscripts?
Isa is with
You see,
Allah.
this is what happens.
And
He
Isa
changes
is
the
with
topic.
Allah. Only God can
All
be
the
with God.
prophets are with Allah.
Only God
All the
can be
prophets
with
are with
God.
Allah. Don't worry.
You are not with God.
You know what?
Muhammad is not with God.
All the prophets are
Moses
with
is not
Allah.
with
No
God.
problem at all.
None of the prophets with God.
What's the problem with
But only that because Jesus is God. Only God
Why did
can
the God
be with
die?
God.
You're saying he's
Why did
dead
the
long
God die?
time ago.
Because
How
the
is God?
Quran said
How
so.
can
Why did the God die?
Your Quran said Allah took Jesus to himself.
Yeah, but did he die?
Correct.
But did he die? The Quran also says he didn't die.
He didn't
Do you
die.
agree with
Well,
that?
then that is even better.
You see,
That is even
he picks
better.
he picks and chooses verses.
That is even
The Quran
better.
says he wasn't
God-
crucified. Does
God
that accept
never
that?
died.
No, he
died.
won't.
It's died long
So Jesus is God.
Anyway, you're running away from the manuscript.
God.
Where is the manuscript of the Bible?
Look, wake up.
Where are the
Your
manuscripts of the Bible?
salvation is in Jesus.
Wake up!
Not
Listen,
with
listen.
Islam.
Wake up! Islam is the fastest growing religion. Why? Guys like you who make Islam the fastest growing religion. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Bye bye. Run away.
You know, that's